Right, all right, hear ye, hear ye. Is this thing on? Bibbidi boppity boo. Yes, this is the judge and jury of music, aka Queen Millennial. Okay, and we're here to talk about why the lead singer of Third Storee could not make a successful comeback of a career in the mainstream, which was that sweet, sweet young boy. He's about 3 years younger than the older of the three that were in the group. Believe it or not, he looks like he might be a lot younger, but he's not. They're like 3 years apart. And he's a millennial. They're millennial. Actually, everybody in this group is a millennial as well. Okay, so anyway, we won't get into the reason why Lil Man, the lead singer with the wonderful, that Michael Jackson type of light vocal before the puberty actually hits. That's what he had. The kind of little kid boy voice that people just love to hear, It's so sweet. It's so pure. It's so angelic, right? He gave you reminiscences of Michael Jackson. The same thing at B5, and Brian was the youngest one and had that Michael Jackson as type of voice. When he was in the Jackson 5, before puberty actually really hits. Okay, and change, you know how that goes. But anyway, before we get into that, as always, a word. Life is actually simple. We just make it complicated. And to make your life less complicated, you have to push as many people in your life out that you can, to make it as simple as you can possibly get it. Now, I know that sounds crazy in the world that we live in, particularly here in the divided states of America, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Okay? We've made it way too complicated. Let's simplify it enough. Okay? That don't mean get rid of your technology, honey, because when it's working right, it actually makes things a lot easier, right? But anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about. Hello there, this is Peyton 3.0, and this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl, the show where I talk about popular artists and popular music from today, yesterday, and beyond. Now, we're here to talk about Third Storee's lead member, Lil Man, and why he left the group so early, but more importantly, why he could not bounce back as a solo artist when he finally did come out to make music. Okay? So go ahead and get your snack, grab a drink, I don't know, chips, popcorn. Just get comfortable because this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Here we go.
They wanna be around, no matter how you are getting down. There's really nothing that you can do. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Cause when it's all over said and done, there's only one, yeah, there's only one. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Even when you get down, yes, they wanna be around and they wanna see you frown. One life, they wanna be around and they want.
Welcome back to It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I'm Peyton 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer, I'm sorry. Not the influencer. As I say on all my show episodes, those are great platforms and tools to build the business the brand, the name, the reputation up, but most importantly, the community, and hopefully you. Yes, you will join this community today by hitting that like button. Share people that you know that like artist commentary, reaction, and reviews. Of course, to really become a part of this community, you have to go ahead and comment, subscribe, notification bell, okay? Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into this thing. Now, everybody by now should know the backstory of Third Storee, because I'm not the first person to talk about them on YouTube, all right, obviously. But I want to address something that nobody else is addressing when talking about Third Storee, okay? See, what really got us together, what was really special about Third Storee was, number one, the first single to come out of the gate, which was If Ever. People in the industry and the audience, the general public who were able to hear of them, were smitten. So much that even NSYNC and Britney Spears, they got the headline for. Okay? Well, not headline. They got the open for. Okay? But there was something magical about If Ever. I was nothing but, I think I was just becoming a teenager at that time when that song dropped in 1999, I believe, is when that song came out. And when the youngest one sung the lead vocals, it was obviously reminiscent of the Jackson 5, because back then it seemed like they were always trying to recreate that Jackson 5 group magic. And of course, that typical voice of the little boys that have that voice that sounds like, Michael Jackson type of voice, very light, very angelic, when they sing, whatnot. That type of voice is what Little Man had in the group, and what people were really gravitating to, and that was the strategy for which the record labels wanted to utilize to draw in attention. But especially for that first single, they really wanted to get a good return on their investment, so they really had to use what they had. And they knew that, like, Lil Man over there, which became K Young currently today, would be the golden ticket to really capture the attention. This would be reminiscent, of course, of the Jackson 5, right? Now, even though at this time there's only 4 of them. Now, the USP, or the unique selling point for the group, which means the unique selling point. Did I say that? Yeah, the unique selling point, that's what USP stands for, was Lil Man over there on the far. What is this? Nope, on the far right. Okay, because the camera's facing this way. Anyway, on the far right. So, he was the unique selling point for the group that really made them stand out. And the song itself, the instrumentation of the song, which was reminiscent of the old days, the old school at that time, but with a late 90s twist to it, right? So a late 90s update, modernized to it, that really captured the hearts of many, right? But when Lil Man left the group rather abruptly early, because number one, the album that he was on with them, the first album, got shelved for whatever reason and never got released, at the time. And he might have been feeling some kind of way, allegedly, right? And he left the group, basically. And that was it. And so the group had to scramble because the label honestly wanted to drop them because they knew that Little Man was the group's USP to get people to come to the concerts and buy into the product, the brand, that is Third Storee. Right? So they scrambled and they struggled for years, honestly, without the USP, which was Lil Man, and nobody has seen Lil Man for a hot minute. He was out of sight, out of mind. Years had gone by before Lil Man appeared, and by this time, obviously his voice had changed. Puberty had already hit. And so really by the time he reappeared, he was unrecognizable. And Third Storee, and the type of music that at this time, his name is K Young, at this time for Lil Man, K Young, they had two things in common. One, is that nobody was interested. Okay? And two, the reason why people were interested is because there was nothing about the groups that made them stand out apart from the others. You know what I'm saying? Because they were going through several deals with record labels trying to hold on. There were several group changes throughout it, from Cavante leaving and so on as well. But there was something really unique about the boys that stood out among all the other boy band acts that were out there singing the R&B acts, singing about the ladies and the girls. There was nothing unique going on, And the same thing with K Young's music. He sounded like other people, maybe like a Sammy, you name it. In a world of Marios and Sammys and Chris Browns, he got basically swallowed because there was nothing really unique about his music, and so he had to become a brand new artist that nobody knew because nobody got a chance to watch K Young grow up after he left the group. He was out of sight, out of mind. And he pops up again. Like, I honestly would have never known. I've never even seen his solo work until recently, when somebody else reported on it. And so with that being said, I would have never known it was him until somebody brought it up. And that goes for everybody else out there who would not have known that was him. right? Because like I said, he didn't grow up in front of us. He left after that first album was not released, and his group mates are just doing no better. And eventually, they went on hiatus several times. Third Story. It was just very rocky and rough for all the boys in a Third Story. Okay, and with that being said, you know, some went to the background and wrote for other people in the business. They were trying to do things to at least hold on to their love. Excuse me. Yes, honey. To try to hold on for or to their love for the music, you know? But they just were not able to be a successful act, you know, throughout the years. And neither was K Young. And at this point, on his Spotify alone, K Young, aka Little Man, has only 114 plus subscribers, Spotify followers or listeners. Okay, now that's great for an independent recording artist who knows how to really utilize business to make good money off of that. But if your goal is to become as big as you were, even when you were in Third Story as basically a little boy, okay, then that's a different story. Okay? Nothing unique at all. You know, a lot of male acts were like each other. You gotta be honest, there were only a few standouts out there. And so it was just that there was nothing special about these people, you know, besides the fact that they could sing. But you're in the industry of people that can sing, so you are battling for the same kind of fan, right? And so many acts will fall to the wayside. And unfortunately, that involved K Young, aka Lil Man, in the group Third Story. Didn't truly really fare any better. Matter of fact, let me look at this for a minute. Trying to search them up here on Spotify. And actually, surprisingly, on Spotify, they have even less listeners than K Young, with 46,000 plus listeners. That's it. Till this day. And Third Story, after that, they did have some bangers, but again, they were not memorable because they sounded like the immatures out there. You know, they sound like the B2Ks and whatnot, and you know, they sound like the B5s, and there were a lot of these groups and boy bands out at the time. You know, there was nothing to say that they were outstanding, no matter how talented they were, because it's not about talent in this business. It's about, can you stand out, and can you make the business money? Can you survive with a pack of groups of acts that are just like you? right? But that's neither here nor there. And that honestly is the reason why K Young, after he left Third Storee so early after the first album was shelved, that he was not going to be able to make it to the level that they were at with the machine of the music industry behind them, or even bigger and better, simply because, once again, the brand identity was different. Nobody knew who he was. They didn't know who K Young was Little Man in the group Third Storee from the first single that captured our hearts in the very beginning. And I'm sure that you didn't know either, right? If you go to such a K Young and you look at him today, you would think is that the same person? That's what you would say to yourself. Is that the same person? You're gonna have to do a double take. So, unrecognizable. The music sounds like everybody else. And the industry just wasn't that interested anymore in the beginning like they were, because there was something that they could truly utilize at his age with his type of voice. But now the industry is like, okay, all right. And so they gave him a shot, but because again, I've never heard of K Young ever. I never heard anybody mention K Young, aka Lil Man from Third Storee. I never seen him on BET. Never heard his songs on the radio. Nothing. The industry was not pushing him like that because they had really lost interest. Right? And so maybe if he had stayed with the group a little longer, maybe he could have had a more successful solo career, because people really got to get into them and know them. And maybe Third Storee would have even been more successful as well, possibly. Or they probably would have conked out, let's be honest, if the type of music they were making was the kind of music they were making with the new members of the group. Right? Because his voice would have already changed, and that same USP, unique selling point, would have not been there. Same person in the group, right? Second album, third album, but the USP would have had to change. But the thing with Third Storee is that they didn't have a USP. They lost it when Lil Man left the group after the first album was shelved. All that to say, that is the main reason why Lil Man, the lead singer of Third Storee, in the beginning, with that incredible heart-wrenching song that stole all of our hearts back then, when if ever. Okay. Is the reason why he was not able to come back as a successful solo artist. There were just many things against him that unfortunately would stunt his growth. Shout out to Stunted Growth, the YouTube channel, and the guy voicing it. Okay? Now, my name is Peyton 3.0, the artist and musician, the entertainer, not the influencer, YouTuber, or content creator. That's what I meant to say earlier. Did I say that? It's been a long day. Anyway, make sure if you got something out of this and I made you think about something, and I should have, because that was the point of this particular episode, to put your thinking cap on and really think what else happened to these guys. Well, that's my unique perspective on Third Story. Lead singer, Lil Man, aka K Money. Not K Money, I'm sorry, K Young. Huh? So, make sure that you share people that you know that like artist commentary, reactions, reviews, right? And to become a part of this community, go ahead and subscribe, notification bell, and make sure you're commenting in the comment section. Okay? Now, you have been here this long. Okay? So I know those of you who are always watching know what's coming next. But for those of you who are new, because at the time of this recording, this channel is still in discovery mode. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to give you the sampler platter. I did say that I was the artist, musician, entertainer. Did I not? Okay. Yes. So I'm going to rap a cappella. I'm going to play my little song. And I'm going to do a cover song for you, okay? So here we go. Blood pressure. You worked all day like the messenger. Work so hard on the bills are high. All you do is cry. Make it freaking try. Punch that clock every freaking day. Still on the money you got to pay. Forget that shit. Man, need relief for you guys. Grief for the freaking chief. Some take care of the freaking kids. Munching your plate for your freaking lid. Trust too much was in a rush. Shouldn't even brush. You're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? Gotta have some good relief in you. Trying to get out with the music plays every freaking day. All I got to say is jump. And now, the song.
I know you're out there looking for a stress reliever.
You're looking for a stress reliever out there.
Drugs, the alcohol,
Here we
the
go.
food. But let me tell you what you need to do. Here we go. Blood pressure, you worked all day like the messenger. Work so hard that the bills are high. All you do is cry me a freaking try. Punch that clock every freaking day. Still on your money, you got to pay. Fuck that shit, man, you need relief. But you got is grief for the fucking cheap. Some take care of the freaking kids. Munching your plate for your freaking lid. Stress too much, always in a rush. You need even brushing, you're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? Gonna have some good relief in you. Time to get out with the music plays every freaking day. All I gotta say is jump, turn that music loud. I wanna see no hands in the crowd. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up, keep moving your feet. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Get the stress.
And that is all I will be giving you, okay? Anyway, if you want to hear that song in its entirety, then comment in the comment section. You ready? Let me hear that song. And I most certainly will, absolutely for free.
Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything. Mama said, write your biographies, rewrite your history, light up your wallet stream, museum victories. Back in the days, we wanted everything.
They wanna be around, no matter how you are getting down. There's really nothing that you can do. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Push past all the doubts and believe in you. Cause when it's all over, said and done, there's only one, yeah, there's only one. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Take it by the horns and be on the run. Even when you get down, yes, they wanna be around and they wanna see you frown. One life, they wanna be around and they want